It's the moment Heartland fans have been waiting for. Georgie is finally back. After seasons of wondering if we'd ever see her ride across the Heartland ranch again, the trailer for Season 19, Episode 1 drops a game-changing surprise. Georgie, the fiery, determined, and deeply loved foster daughter of the Bartlett-Fleming family, returns, and it feels like the missing piece of the Heartland puzzle is finally back in place. But her comeback isn't just a simple reunion. The trailer teases emotional twists, big changes, and maybe even some tension that could shake the ranch to its core. Georgie's journey in Heartland has been one of the most inspiring in the series. When she first arrived as a troubled foster child, she wasn't sure she even wanted to be a part of this family. Over time, she formed a deep bond with Amy Lou and the rest of the Heartland crew. She discovered her passion for horses and went from an unsure teen to a world-class equestrian chasing Olympic dreams. Her determination, resilience, and love for her family made her one of the most beloved characters. That's why her absence in recent seasons left fans feeling her absence in every episode. While other characters grew and moved on, there was always this quiet hope that one day Georgie would walk back into the barn, ready to take on whatever challenges life threw her way. The trailer wastes no time showing why her return is a big deal. In one scene, we see Georgie stepping out of a pickup truck, looking more mature and confident, but also with a hint of something on her mind. She's dressed casually, yet there's a subtle change, her posture, her expression, the way she takes in the ranch as if she hasn't seen it in years. There's an emotional weight in her eyes, like she's coming back, not just to visit, but because she has to. In the background, Amy appears, and for a moment there's a silent connection between the two. No words, just a look that says everything. Love, relief, and maybe even unspoken questions. What makes this return so intriguing is the mystery around it. The trailer doesn't explain why Georgie is back. Is it family trouble? Did something happen in her equestrian career? Or maybe she's returning to stay for good? The way the scenes are cut together suggests there's more going on than meets the eye. Quick flashes show her talking with Lou in the kitchen, riding a horse across the open fields, and even walking into the barn late at night looking deep in thought. Each moment feels carefully placed to build curiosity without giving away the full story. And that's exactly what Heartland does best, pulling us in with emotion, mystery, and the promise of heartfelt moments that stick with us long after the episode ends. The fact that the writers chose to bring Georgie back in the very first episode of Season 19 signals just how important she will be to the upcoming storylines. This isn't a small cameo or a quick drop-in. The trailer makes it clear that her presence will be felt across the ranch, in family conversations, and likely in major decisions this season. For longtime viewers, it's a chance to reconnect with a character who has grown alongside the show. For newer fans, it's an introduction to someone who represents the heart and resilience of Heartland itself. And as the camera pans to the wide Alberta skies and the final shot of the trailer, one thing is certain with Georgie back. The ranch will never be the same again. The trailer wastes no time in making Georgie's return the centerpiece, and every frame with her feels like it's hiding a bigger story. The first full glimpse shows her stepping down from the back of a dark green pickup truck, the kind of quiet but meaningful arrival that Heartland uses when a character is about to make an emotional impact. She's carrying a worn duffel bag, which hints at more than just a quick visit. This isn't someone stopping by for a weekend. This feels like someone who might be staying. The camera lingers on her as she takes a deep breath, her eyes scanning the familiar view of the ranch. It's subtle, but you can almost sense she's taking in the sight like it's both comforting and overwhelming at the same time. In the next shot, Georgie is in the barn, brushing the mane of a chestnut horse. Longtime fans will notice the lighting. It's warm, golden, and nostalgic, almost as if the scene is meant to remind us of her earliest days on the ranch. But there's also a faint tension in her posture, as though she's lost in thought, not entirely at ease. This quick moment feels important because Heartland often uses these quiet horse scenes to foreshadow personal struggles or upcoming turning points in the story. The horse isn't one we've seen her ride before. which could mean she's here to work with a new challenge, or that this animal has a special connection to why she's returned. Then comes one of the most powerful trailer moments. Georgie and Amy finally face to face. They're standing in the paddock, the wind moving softly through their hair, and there's a brief smile between them. It's not overly dramatic, but it's packed with emotion. You can tell they're happy to see each other, yet there's a weight behind their expressions. The way the camera cuts away right after suggests their conversation is going to be important and possibly emotional. For a show that thrives on family bonds, this meeting is a quiet but powerful reminder of how deep their connection runs, even after time apart. Another key shot shows Georgie in the Heartland kitchen with Lou. She's sitting at the table, hands wrapped around a mug of coffee, while Lou stands near the counter talking. Lou's expression is somewhere between concerned and supportive, and Georgie's gaze is fixed on the table, almost avoiding eye contact. This is a classic Heartland setup for a heartfelt conversation about life changes, personal struggles, or family decisions. It's not hard to imagine Lou gently trying to draw out the reason Georgie has come home. While Georgie wrestles with how much to reveal, there's also a brief but intriguing nighttime shot. Georgie is walking toward the barn, her jacket zipped up against the cool air, and she's looking over her shoulder as though checking if someone's following. The lighting is dim, and the scene is framed in a way that makes it feel mysterious. What is she doing out there alone at night? Is she meeting someone? Or is she just taking time to think away from the family? In Heartland, moments like this are rarely random. They often set up an important reveal later in the season. Perhaps the most exciting scene for longtime fans is the quick flash of Georgie riding across the open field. The horse is moving fast, almost in a gallop, and Georgie looks determined, her hair pulled back and her eyes fixed ahead. It's a thrilling callback to the fearless rider we remember, but it's also a signal that her skills and passion for horses are still very much a part of her story. Whether this ride is just for herself or part of a bigger competition plot, it's a moment that will make fans cheer. By the end of the trailer, it's clear that Georgie's return isn't just a nostalgic treat, it's a major storyline. The way these scenes are pieced together tells us she's carrying something with her, whether it's a secret, a challenge, or a life-changing decision. Every interaction, from the smiles to the silences, seems to hint at more drama ahead. And while the trailer keeps the reasons for her return hidden, it gives us just enough to know one thing for sure. Georgie's comeback is going to shake up Season 19 in ways we've never seen before, asterisk. Georgie's return doesn't just mark the comeback of a fan favorite. It sets off ripples that could change the course of Season 19 for every major character on the ranch. Heartland has always thrived on the delicate balance between personal growth and family bonds, and bringing Georgie back into the mix will inevitably shift that balance. For Amy, her return is both a comfort and a challenge. Over the past few seasons, Amy has shouldered more responsibility than ever, raising Lindy, managing the ranch, and continuing her horse training work, all while dealing with the absence of some of the people she loves most. Georgie's presence could feel like a breath of fresh air, bringing back the sense of sisterhood they shared. But it could also stir up emotions Amy hasn't faced in a while, especially if Georgie's return comes with complicated baggage. Their reunion might open the door to heartfelt conversations, but it could also lead to moments where their different life paths create tension. For Lou, Georgie's return hits on both a personal and a parental level. Lou has always been protective of Georgie, and seeing her walk back through the Heartland door will likely bring a mix of relief and concern. Lou's role as mayor and her responsibilities in managing the family's business have kept her busy, but she has never stopped caring about Georgie's well-being. If Georgie has come home because something went wrong in her career or personal life, Lou will want to step in and fix things, whether Georgie wants her help or not. This could lead to some clashes, especially if Georgie is determined to prove she can handle her own problems. At the same time, Lou might see Georgie's return as an opportunity to heal any lingering wounds from the past, making this season an emotional journey for both of them. Jack, as the family patriarch, is likely to welcome Georgie back with his trademark warmth and wisdom. But he's also the one who tends to sense when something is wrong before anyone else notices. Jack's relationship with Georgie has always been built on trust and quiet guidance, and if she's hiding something, he'll be one of the first to pick up on it. Their bond could lead to some of the season's most heartfelt moments, those porch conversations at sunset, where Jack offers advice without ever pushing too hard. Yet, Jack is also fiercely protective of the ranch and the people on it. If Georgie's return ends up bringing any outside trouble with it, Jack won't hesitate to step in. Then there's Tim, whose dynamic with Georgie has been more complex over the years. He respects her drive and talent, but their personalities sometimes clash. Tim might be skeptical at first, questioning why she's come back now and what her plans are. But under that tough exterior, he does care deeply for her. If Georgie's storyline this season involves a new challenge with horses or competition, Tim could find himself unexpectedly drawn into helping her, leading to some unlikely bonding. Moments for Lindy, Georgie's return is a big deal in a different way. To Lindy, Georgie is not just family, she's a role model, someone who embodies bravery and determination. Having Georgie back on the ranch means more time for rides, lessons, and shared adventures, which could bring lightness and joy to the season. Lindy's innocent perspective might even help bridge gaps between Georgie and other family members if tensions rise. Beyond the family, Georgie's presence could also impact other ranch hands, friends, and even new characters introduced in season 19. If she's returning with new skills or contacts from her time away, that could open up fresh storylines involving competitions, horse rescues, or community projects. On the flip side, if her return involves escaping a problem, whether personal, financial, or professional, it could pull the whole Heartland team into a new wave of drama. Ultimately, Georgie's comeback isn't just a nostalgic nod to the past, it's a catalyst for growth, conflict, and emotional storytelling. Each character will have their own way of responding to her return, and those reactions will shape the season's emotional core. Whether it's moments of quiet bonding, heated arguments, or unexpected partnerships, Georgie's presence ensures that Heartland Season 19 will be filled with the kind of heartfelt, layered drama that keeps fans invested year after year. Heartland. Trailers are masters at hiding big reveals in plain sight, and Season 19 Episode 1 is no different. Georgie's return is front and center, but the real intrigue comes from the subtle details tucked between the obvious moments. At first glance, it's just a warm welcome back for a beloved character. But if you watch closely, you'll notice hints that her story this season will be far more complex than a simple homecoming. Every glance, prop, and background detail in the trailer feels like it's been placed with purpose, inviting sharp-eyed fans to piece together the bigger picture. One of the first clues comes in that opening truck scene. While Georgie is stepping out with her duffel bag, a folded paper slips out of the side pocket, just barely visible before she adjusts the strap. It's too quick to read, but its size and shape suggest it could be a letter, official document, or even a competition registration form. In Heartland, moments like that are rarely accidents. It could be a nod to the reason she's back, whether it's an opportunity she's chasing or trouble she's trying to leave behind. The way the camera avoids lingering on it feels intentional, as if to say, you'll find out later. Another subtle but telling moment is in the barn scene. While Georgie brushes the chestnut horse, you can hear faint background noise. A man's voice, muffled, calling out instructions or maybe having a conversation outside. It's not clear who it is, but it adds a layer of curiosity. Could this be a new character in her storyline? Or perhaps someone from her past who's followed her to Heartland? The sound design here is interesting. It's quiet enough to miss on a casual viewing, but noticeable enough for fans who watch the trailer multiple times. Then there's the kitchen conversation with Lou. On the surface, it's a heartfelt family moment, but the placement of props in the background tells another story. On the fridge, there's a pinned-up photo of Georgie at a competition, wearing her riding jacket and holding a trophy. The photo looks recent, not from her earlier seasons, which suggests she's been active in her equestrian career while away. But right next to it, there's a piece of paper with what appears to be flight information or a schedule. A combination hints at movement, change, and possibly unfinished business outside the ranch. The nighttime barn scene may be the most intriguing of all. Georgie's cautious glance over her shoulder suggests she's not just out for a casual walk. There's a quick flash of movement in the shadows behind her, almost like someone else is there. It's easy to dismiss as lighting or editing, but Heartland has used similar techniques before to plant seeds for a future reveal. This moment could be signaling a secret meeting, a confrontation, or even the arrival of a character we haven't met yet. Another blink and you miss it detail comes during the riding sequence. As Georgie gallops across the open field, the camera pans just enough to reveal a small structure in the distance, one that doesn't look like part of the Heartland property we've seen before. It could be a new training facility, a neighbor's ranch, or even a location tied to Georgie's story outside of Heartland. Its brief appearance feels deliberate, teasing that her story this season might extend beyond the Bartlett-Fleming home. Finally, there's the ending shot of the trailer, a quiet moment of Georgie standing on the porch, looking out toward the horizon. The scene lingers for just a second longer than expected, and if you pay attention you can see her clenching a necklace in her hand. This isn't just a random accessory. In past seasons, jewelry has often been symbolic in Heartland, representing relationships, memories, or promises. Whatever this necklace means, it's clearly tied to her reason for returning and will likely be revealed in an emotional scene later in the season. All these hidden details paint a picture of a storyline that's layered and full of emotional depth. Georgie's return isn't simply about rekindling old connections. It's about facing whatever she's been carrying while away. The trailer may not spell it out, but the clues are there for fans who know how to read them. And if history is any guide, these little moments will pay off in big ways once the season begins, making episode 1 not just a reunion, but the start of a dramatic new chapter in the Heartland saga.